Good morning, greetings once again from Hinder Motorcycle Sales, Eaton, Ohio. So it's been a little bit of an extended period since we've done a video walk around outside. Just came in, found this 2022 two-wheel drive Ural gear up brown deer. Yep, brown deer color. We had them do 3 of these back in 2022. These would be some of the final bikes that came out of the original factory back in 2022. Very beautiful color. Love the brown deer paint scheme. Brown deer came from, there was a camouflage unit that we'd ordered through, and we looked at one of the touch-up paint bottles and it said brown deer and it was a brownish color. Thought, what the heck, let's order 3 of them, so that's what we did. This unit came from the original owner, a longtime Ural customer. Of course, as you know, life changes along the way, and sometimes you have to change up your outfits, do some other things for a while. So we had the good fortune of being able to purchase this unit, again, from the original owner. It does also have the undercoating, as you see there. Lots of accessories on this unit. We haven't cleaned it up as of yet. This is how it came in this morning. It's a Saturday morning, so we thought we'd do a little bit of a walk around video since it's some nice weather outside. You see it does have the black powertrain, and then we'll talk about some of the odds and ends options on it. Some of those options may stay on it, they may be taken off. So if you see it and you want it as is, just like she is, give us a call on Monday or send us an email. We'd be glad to put you on the list. Go ahead and send us an email if you want to buy it. We can leave all the accessories on it. Otherwise, John may customize it and make it a little bit of his own. You never know. So of course it is a two-wheel drive unit with the Heidenau K37 400 by 19 knobby tires. You do see the driving light out there on the sidecar. That is a yellow fender light. I don't know whether I like the yellow or not, but it's on there. It does also have the light guard over the top. And then you see we do have the sidecar light guards. Entrenching tool. Of course it has the Cordura tonneau cover. Driving lights, front bumper does have the light covers on the driving lights. Here you see it has the nose rack. That's the hard to get nose rack. Nitron shocks. Yes, it does have nitron shocks all the way around. Of course, being a 2022 model year, this is the latest and greatest engine block with the upgrades. Stone guard over top of the front headlight, over top of the headlight. LED headlight ball by C in there. See, we have the Ural Ram ball mount. Aftermarket hand guards. These aren't the Ural brand hand guards. We kind of like these Sidecar hand guards a little bit better, a little bit nicer units, I think. Of course, we'll go through the unit and fully service it and get it all ready to go for sure, and clean it up, make sure there's no problems or issues or anything. Shouldn't be. Looks like it's been well cared for. I think the only time it's seen any weather may have been when it was sitting outside last night on the trailer, and then on the drive over this morning, the road surface is a little bit wet. Looks like a little bit of road spray, but we can clean that up pretty easily. Of course, judging by the cork valve cover gaskets, original oil filter, and the 346 miles. Yes, you heard me correct. 346 miles currently on the odometer. Let's take a look at the oil. That's the nice thing with the newer, the 2022s and newer with the engine block. Even when they're new, they don't darken up. The older ones would turn darkish color very quickly. These don't seem to do that. A lot cleaner of a casting, I assume. So let's thread that back on there. Does also have the black Ural tank badges. You see it does have toolbox gas tank. Odometer 346. That's trip miles, So it's actually almost ready to turn over 347, but 346 is close enough. So you do have the parking brake, switch for your driving lights. We'll go ahead and start it up. You hear your exhaust valve close off. Does also have LED, so I'm going to say LED lights all the way around. We also have the Geo luggage rack, Geo style heavy duty sidecar luggage rack. Of course, you see it currently has a tall sidecar clear windscreen. A few scratches here on the windscreen frame, nothing, no big deal there. Of course, underneath the spare wheel, inside the trunk, we do have, looks like a spare wheel cover. That's the safety for your phone for the RAM mount there. We got original owner's manual. Also looks like extra floor mat. Don't quite know what that was all about, but it does have an extra floor mat, looks like. Owner's manual. And we'll put the spare tire cover back in there. We'll stuff the tonneau cover down in there. Let's close this, and we'll pop this up here. Looks like we have the original factory toolkit. This is the original spec sheet for your Nitron shocks. Looks like these shocks were made on 8/6 of 2021, so August the 6th, 2021. Do need to fix this. For those of you that don't know, what holds this, the spring for this tab is actually, it's an O-ring, and you see what's happened. The O-ring is broken. That would be the same O-ring that used to be used on the clutch slider. Yep, that's true. You just take that bolt out of there, and then there's a little tab that you hook the O-ring to. No big deal. Minor issue there. But we will fix it. It's like some leaves in there. Obviously never been out in the salt or in the nasty weather. Of course, you see the fuse panel there inside the sidecar. Extra switch, not hooked to anything. You know, that switch over the years has caused a lot of conversation. It's kind of, I guess it's foreign to a lot of folks nowadays that there would be an accessory on a motorcycle that's not used for anything. I don't know. I guess, but everybody calls up, what's the switch for? Say, well, there's nothing hooked to it. You can put whatever you want. And they say, but why is it there? Well, because it is. Okay, I guess I should have taken it off before I sold it to you, and then you wouldn't have had to call me on that. Okay. Anyway, we'll go through and check this unit out, make sure everything's good to go, make sure it doesn't have any issues or anything like that. Don't think we're going to find much with only 346 miles. Man, 340. You know, originally one of the last red sparrows was going to go in my house in the living room. Maybe this should just go in my house in the living room. Get it all polished up. Drain all the fluids out of it. Mothball it. Put it inside. And in 50 years, it'll be worth 50 years. You won't be able to get oil. You won't be able to get gasoline. Everything will have changed. So, we'll ride it. They're made to be used. They're made to be ridden. After all, if you had a brand new 1928 Ford Model A, who's going to want to give you more than 10 grand for that? Whoop-de-dee. Anyway, I digress. Again, this is a 2022 Brown Deere Ural Gear Up 2-wheel drive sidecar motorcycle. Lots of accessories and options. If you're interested in this unit, give us a call, send us an email. Send us an email over the weekend if you want it with all the options on it. Otherwise, it may get changed around a little bit just to kind of make it a little different. Sometimes there's too much stuff on them. I think some other folks think there's not enough on them. To each his own. And I bet you can probably tell that it's one that I assembled. Yes, it sure is. It's one that I put together. As always, guys, we really appreciate you watching. Hindo Motorcycle Sales, Eaton, Ohio.